Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're bringing a little PGA Tour 2K21 action to you today. We are doing NCAA championships. This is a fun series we're just messing around with. And we'll see who ends up winning the national championship just for fun, just cuz. And we'll have hopefully some entertaining and some memorable moments along the way. We're in the Blacksburg region. And Virginia Tech has already won their match against Western Michigan. And we have Purdue and Central Michigan here today. Norris Johnston from Purdue is first on the tee. Again, we're at the Virginia Country Club, just outside Blacksburg, Virginia. I don't know if that really exists or not. I don't think it does. Probably not. But it's for fun. Bert Macy from Central Michigan is up next on the tee on hole number 1. And Bert Macy goes a little bit right off the tee. And Johnston is going to be out for his second shot here on hole number 1. And that one's going to go a little to the right. Now Bert Macy, 79 yards to the flagstick. Uphill quite a bit here. And he's going to put it on the green. So far you've got to say advantage Bert Macy on hole number 1. Here's Norris Johnston for birdie. And that one comes up well short. These greens have been super slow. And what in the world was that? Talk about misreading the break. It's going to leave a 23-foot putt for par. And he sinks it. And that will put pressure here on Norris Johnston to make this to tie the hole, and it breaks right. So the first hole goes to Bert Macy, the 3 seed here in this 4-team regional. This tournament is made up of 16 regionals with 4 teams each, for a total of 64 teams in the tournament. And then it's kind of set up like I set it up like the NCAA baseball tournament. 16 regionals, and then we'll have super regionals, and then we will have the NCAA National Championship. And I haven't decided what format to do the NCAA Championship on. We'll figure that out as we go. Maybe I could get some input from you guys, what kind of format you think the NCAA Championship should be. There will be 8 teams competing, like the Golf World Series, like the College Baseball World Series. Anyway, that's what the plan is. This is Central Michigan's Bert Macy. And he is on his game so far in the early going of this match in hole number 2. Hole number 2 is a par 5. Here's the approach from Norris Johnston. It's going to be a little bit short. And now he's going to chip from just off the green, about 18 yards. And it goes left. He is still out. Here's his putt for par. And it just doesn't break. So 8-foot putt to win the hole, and Bert Macy's putter is doing very well for him here in the early going. Bert Macy, as we skip hole number 3 and move to hole number 4, Bert Macy is up 2 holes in this match, and his tee shot is going left and in the rough off the left side of the fairway. Johnston off the tee. He's using an iron, so he's laying up a little bit. And it looks like he's going to hold on to the left edge of the fairway with his shot. He's going to be out. His game's a little bit shorter than Macy. Macy a little bit longer on his drives, but very nice approach for Norris Johnston. Sticks it right up there by the green. And now the second shot for Central Michigan's Bert Macy. And that one's on the green as well. And a 5-foot putt to win the hole for Norris Johnston, and he makes up a little bit of ground on Bert Macy. So we'll head into the 5th hole. Bert Macy leading by a hole, and Norris Johnston first up on the tee on hole number 5. This one down the left side of the fairway. Par 4, hole number 5, into the windmills. Blacksburg in the background. And there you see Macy out driving Johnston by a little bit, but it ends up in the bunker. And now the approach for Purdue's Norris Johnston. So Norris Johnston is actually from Michigan. Was born and raised on the Upper Peninsula in a little town called Ironwood. They get about 12 feet of snow every winter, so the only chance for him to play golf growing up was in the summers, and he did a lot with a little bit of time. Ended up getting a scholarship to Purdue. And the irony is Bert Macy is actually from Bloomington, Indiana, and he ended up at Central Michigan. So, obviously Bloomington, a lot closer to Purdue than the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and vice versa. Here's Bert Macy for birdie on 6. We're all square as Johnston won hole number 5. And the putt from Macy going downhill, breaking from right to left, goes a little bit far. And now Johnston with a chance to win another hole, and it just comes up short. Oh, and that one rims out. So we've seen some bad putting so far here in the Blacksburg Regional. And now, Johnston has regained a lead with 3. He's won 3 of the last 4 holes. And now is up a hole on Bert Macy. Johnston the favorite. It's a pretty close battle, though, between the 2 and 3 seeds. The number 1 seed, Virginia Tech, has already moved on to the winner's bracket. And Western Michigan moves down to the loser's bracket. Here's Johnston from the rough on the 8th. His second shot, and really difficult to reach the green out of the rough from that spot. That was a pretty good shot, leaving him a pretty straightforward up and down for a par. And now Bert Macy tries to power it through that tree. It doesn't get there. Knocked down a little bit by some branches, and Bert Macy's going to have to look at a little bit longer approach. And that's going to be a very difficult up and down for par. Here is Johnston. Oh, and he just comes up short. And so both golfers are struggling a little bit on hole number 8. Here's a long par putt. And it does not have any chance of going in, coming up short uphill and breaking to the left a little bit. And now here is the bogey putt, and that's not going to go. So it's going to be a double bogey for Bert Macy, leaving the hole wide open for Norris Johnston to win. And Johnston has now won 4 of the last 5 holes and leads by 2 as we go to the 9th. Johnston's drive off the tee. That one's going to take a kick to the right, and that'll be a difficult approach with that large willow tree in the way. And now Bert Macy off the tee on hole number 9. See who will advance to play Virginia Tech. Will it be Central Michigan? Will it be Purdue? If it's Purdue, Central Michigan will face Western Michigan in the losers bracket. And the approach there by Johnston is going to catch the ridge and end up down in that little bowl. And he wanted to keep it right, and he just didn't. Here's Bert Macy. Ball's up above his feet a little bit. And he's going to park it right on the green. A very nice approach for Bert Macy. Here's Norris Johnston for birdie. He's got to get it uphill, and he doesn't get enough on it. And now Bert Macy with a chance to win the hole and get within one. His putt. Yes, it sits on the lip and then drops. And Bert Macy closes out the front nine with a win on hole number 9. And he will lead things off here on the 10th. Big wide open fairway here on the 10th. Virginia Country Club. And Norris Johnston, his shot's going a little bit left. And that's going to end up coming back onto the fairway with a nice little kick. Johnston, ball's a little bit above his feet here. That shot's headed for the green, it looks like. And if it'll hold it, it's barely going to hold on to the green. And roll back a little bit. Solid shot there for Norris Johnston. And now Bert Macy's second shot. He's got a pretty level lie out of the rough. And that one is going to go off the back of the green. That one will not hold it. And now Bert Macy for birdie is chipping, and he gets it up a few feet from the hole. But this will be a chance for Norris Johnston to win the hole. And that breaks from left to right, and he did not get enough on it. Again, these greens were quite slow. And it's taking these guys a little bit to adjust to it. All right, 3-foot putt to win the hole, and he misses it left. Are you kidding me? The nerves are getting to Macy. And they're going to end up having the hole. And we move to the 11th. Bert Macy, one down. Driving into the sun. And off the 11th tee now for Johnston and Purdue. Purdue Boilermakers. And he's going left, and that's going to be a difficult shot. Try to hook it around the tree there. And he just basically gets it out into the fairway, setting up an approach here on this par 5. It's not a bad shot, not a bad play. The safe play. And now Bert Macy's going to fly the pond, avoid those rocks. There's rocks right in the middle of the fairway. Craziness. That could cause all kinds of havoc if you hit one of those. Ball could bounce a long ways in who knows what direction. Johnston now. He gets it up near the green on his approach, but not quite there. So here's the third shot for Bert Macy. 34 yards from the flag. And he is going to put it right up next to the flag. Pretty good shot there by Macy. That's going to put some pressure on this chip by Johnston. And he does not get it up high enough or up far enough. And it's going to roll back a little bit. So he's going to be out for sure. And if he doesn't make this, it's a pretty easy hole win for Bert Macy. He can 2-putt for the win, I believe. So here is Bert Macy for a birdie and to bring us back to even. We are all square through 11. We go to the 12th. Bert Macy will lead things off. He hits the ball far for a skinny fella. And this one, he's able to get it out of the bunker. And here's Johnston off the 12th tee. That one's going to hold the left side of the, I don't know if that's the first cut or the fairway. I think it's the first cut. The fairway's over on the other side of that hill. And this one, I don't even know where that went. Is it short? Tough to tell. Bert Macy's shot. Second shot on hole number 12. And that one's going to trickle onto the green. So Bert Macy is on the green in regulation here. And now Johnston. He gets on, but he's still got a little work to do. So it should be if you can get decent lag here, it should be an easy 2-putt, and it looks like it will be for Bert Macy. And that's going to put some pressure on this putt for Johnston. Oh, and it had the right line. It just comes up short, and now Macy is going to win the hole. As we go to the 15th now, we're going to move ahead. Macy leading by a hole, trying to put Western Michigan into the winner's bracket here in the Blacksburg Regional. Macy off the 15th tee. He goes left. Here's Norris Johnston off the 15th tee now. Wind blowing from left to right here. He gets this one up in the air. It is looking like it's going to find the green if he doesn't have too much backspin, and he doesn't. So he's on, and Macy is left. And his pitch is a little bit short. So here's a long putt for birdie for Norris Johnston. And pretty good lag, but not the right line. And same thing on the putt for Macy. So they're starting to adjust to the slow greens here. And now a chance for Norris Johnston to win the hole. And we are back to all square at the 16th. Norris Johnston playing a slight fade off the tee. It still ends up left, but it's going to come back down and into a bunker on the left side of the fairway. Here's Bert Macy. From Bloomington, Indiana, made his way up to Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and Central Michigan. Macy's second shot on the 16th. Ugh. Not looking good for Bert Macy there. Here is Johnston out of that fairway bunker. Tough to see this one back against the backdrop of the sun. But it's going to end up on the green. And in better shape than Macy anyway. I mean, he's still got some work to do, but here's Macy from up on the hill. Bert Macy's day started out so good, and then just kind of went off the rails a little bit, and he's been super inconsistent. Here's a long uphill putt. The lag is looking good. Very nicely done by Norris Johnston. That's going to leave him an easy 2-putt. Opportunity for par. So the pressure is on Macy, and he's not going to make this putt, and it looks like he's going to lose this hole unless something crazy happens here. Nope. Norris Johnston wins the hole. We go to the 17th with Johnston up 1. The 17th. It looks like it might be uphill, but it's actually on the other side of the hill, and it's actually a little bit lower than the tee box. Kind of a crazy hole here on the 17th. Just a hill obscuring your view of the flag and giving you the illusion that it might be uphill to the hole when it's actually not. And Macy goes over the top of the hill and over the top of the green. And then a nice shot by Macy there. That's going to set him up for a par putt. This putt would win the match, though, for Norris Johnston. And that one is starting left and staying left. But once again, the lag was good. So these guys have caught up to the green speeds a little bit. And a putt for par is going to put the pressure on Johnston here on a short putt to tie the hole. And we're going to go to the 18th with Johnston up 1. So Johnston just needs to tie this hole to advance to the winner's bracket against Virginia Tech. And he's first up on the tee on the 18th. And he splits the middle of the fairway. Here's Bert Macy now, Central Michigan. He needs to win this hole to take it to a playoff. And a pretty beautiful drive by him as well. He's going to outdrive Johnston. Not really a surprise there. Now here is Johnston trying to fly the lake and swampy area. A lot of water to get over. And you got to land it on the green. And it's pretty tough to hold the green on this hole, because you're using a fairway wood. And getting it over the water is the priority. And both guys are going to hit it to the backside of the green. Here's Macy with a chip. Not bad. And now, 8 yards. If this manages to go in, it would win the match for Johnston. Oh, and he comes up miserably short. So he can win the match with this putt right here. Oh, and it just stays left. He went after it pretty aggressively. And now, this is a chance to win the hole for Macy. Oh, and he just misses it to the left. That would have sent us to a playoff. And now, Johnston just taps it in, and he is your winner. So Purdue will move on to play Virginia Tech in the winner's bracket. And Central Michigan will go to the loser's bracket to take on Western Michigan. Here in the Blacksburg region. Up next, we'll head to the Provo region, where BYU will take on Air Force in our next match here on the NCAA Championships. It's the Regionals on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.